Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Tuesday. It's your girl Lex. And the reason why I look like this, I'm just going to my workout class at pretty soon. But I just wanted to make a video and go live. I need to go live more often because I just need to go live more often. But hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all are having a good Tuesday. I just wanted to talk a little bit about doubt, right? I've been feeling a little bit doubtful this week. I have. And I know that this channel is about growth and astrology and getting to know yourself and self discovery and self love and all those things. But we're human. We're human. We have human emotions. And sometimes that doubt be creeping in. But honestly, I feel like doubt creeps in at the moment when you have a big, big release. And even now, I'm just like what's going on? Like, I was just thinking about it, right? So naturally, when you are an artist or you're a creator, you want to grow, you want to scale. Even if you have a business, you want to scale, you want to grow. You work 9 to 5, you want to learn more, you want to have more responsibility, you want to earn more money. And there gets a point when instead of looking at the outcome, and you're like, oh my God, once I get this thing, once I get this job, once I get this partner, once I get this money, then I'll be whole, I'll be happy, I'll be this. Sometimes you get that thing that you perceived was going to give you value or make you less doubtful. And there's still emptiness. There's still something that you're feeling like, well, what else? What now? Right? Like even for me, I'll use myself as an example. I have my platforms on YouTube and TikTok, and YouTube. I'm like, babe, where are the likes? Where are the followers? But it's not about the likes and the followers. It's about the quality of the content. It's about enjoying the journey that you're on and really believing in yourself and believing in your mission and believing in your goals. Like even for me, I'm like, oh my God, I have to get this new camera. I have to get this. I have to get that. Girl, start with what you have, because ultimately you are the blessing. You are the blessing. Like the things, the opportunities, the people, they're great and they're amazing, but ultimately it's always been you. It's always been you. It's always been about you. It's always been about the light that you can bring. It's always been about your creativity. It's always been about your joy and your bliss. It's always been about your love. And, that's like one of my main trigger points is that I can't rely on external validation. I have to validate myself. I have to validate that what I'm putting out is enough, you know? And not like even with the music industry, right? Like think of like early 2000s, like 2010, the music was amazing. Like the music videos were amazing because everyone was just creating. It was a different time too, of course. And people were just creating just to create. They were taking bold steps in their career, dressing boldly, speaking about bold topics, right? And it wasn't about the stats. It wasn't about, oh my God, this person went number one, this person went diamond, this person has XYZ streamers and 40,000 listeners. It wasn't about that. Those are the results of the creativity. Those are the results of the dedication. Those are the results of the work that was done. This is the result of the person being them. Like I want to use Beyonce as a case study. Like with all her accolades and her awards and the longevity of her career, none of that would have been able if Beyonce was not just Beyonce, right? Beyonce in her truest form is a performer. She is an artist, right? She didn't wait for life to shift and to validate her and being an artist and being worthy and being enough. She just was enough, and she just had that confidence to put it out there and just to be like, I am queen bee. And it had a lot of girls shook. It had a lot of girls shook. Like when she made bow down, the girls were like, bow down. What you mean, bitch? Da, da, da. But she didn't say anybody specifically, but a hit dog gonna holler. Okay. So when you move in that energy, like, no, everything works out for me, everything is happening, and you consistently make the effort and you're consistently working like your craft and you're loving yourself and you're validating yourself and you're like, no, this is working. It's working, no matter what the result is. Right. And sometimes the result is even bigger than what we could imagine, you know, even with YouTube and TikTok, I'm just like, oh my God, when am I gonna do this? When is this gonna happen? This is not. But that isn't gonna give me the value. The value is right now. All we have is right now. All we have is the present moment, to be happy in the present moment. Like, even for myself, I was such a unhappy child. I was so, like, discontent with everything. Like, I was so disappointed with life. Like, if you see so many pictures of me when I was a kid, I was just frowning. Like, literally every picture I was frowned up. I was sad. I was annoyed. I did not want to be there. And it's because I let a situation in my childhood really determine the outcome of my life. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be happy again. I'm never going to do this. And I just like stuck with that story. And I continually told myself that I'm not enough. And I identified myself with the failures. I identified myself with the lack mindset. I identified myself with being less than, right? And I would always try to find, like, not even, not consciously like, oh, I'm going to look for things to validate me, that to make me feel like I'm not worthy again. But subconsciously, it's like, if you feel like you're not worthy, this person comes into your life and they make actions to reinforce this belief in yourself that you're not worthy. And you're like, oh, well, yes, you see, because I'm not worthy because this person is showing me that. But no, it starts with us. It always starts with us. It's always going to be about us, and it always starts with us, and it's going to end with us, right? We are the main thing, the main constant in this lifetime is us and our ability to believe in something bigger than ourselves, to believe in a goal, to believe in our ability, to believe in the unknown, to believe in the unseen. And I'm really, really trying to be consistent with it. And I'm getting tested, y'all. I'm getting tested. Like when I tell you I'm being tested, like I'm being tested for it for sure. But honestly, even like the likes and the validation, it's cool. It's really cool. But that's just a residual effect, right? When you are moving in your power, when you know what you know, when you know and you believe in your ability and you believe in yourself, all of the extra is cute, it's good, it's cool, but it's not everything. It's not everything. You are everything. Like, I want you guys to believe in yourself so much, even in the face of uncertainty. Like, and it's so funny because when you declare yourself as new, it's so funny how it happens. Like, the universe will literally test you to be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you think that?" Hmm. Because it's so easy to go back to an old story because it's familiar, right? And so the universe will be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you're falling back on what you said. Okay, here's this. Here's the situation. Here's these people. Here's these low offers that you're used to. Okay, here, how you go?" But then when you stop and you're like, no, I'm new, no, this doesn't apply to me anymore, no, I deserve more than this, I'm more than this, I'm worth more. It's like you get little like specks, like, yeah, you are, okay, yeah, 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 and then you like chase it, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, I am, but then it like fizzles out and you're like, okay, like, where'd it go? It's because you're getting tested, babe. Like, get the scantron, get the pencil, get the eraser, like, you're getting tested. You're getting tested. And it's just so crazy to think about. Like, oh, it's so funny. I am on this new level of my self love journey and to love every single thing about myself. even the things that I don't necessarily like, even the past mistakes that I've made, even, even parts of where I am right now in my journey. I'm just like, okay, I want this, I want that, I want that. Like, if I have this, if I lived here, if I was in this city, then everything would just be working out. And maybe, for sure, you're going to get those things. But right now, what are you doing? Are you belittling yourself and like trying to beat yourself into submission and like hate yourself and hate where you are? Because you hating your where you are right now is not going to get you to the point where you want to be. And even if it does, you're still going to reinforce this hate for yourself. You're still going to constantly want to work on yourself and, oh, there's something wrong. Something needs to be fixed. This isn't working out. You're always going to be unsatisfied and not content with what you have. But you need to find a level of relaxation, knowing, belief, faith. This is where faith comes in, right? Faith in yourself, faith, and the work that follows with that. Okay, because we can think of all the, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like life is so funny because I remember I was telling my cousin about this story, right? So I went to this African spot, and if you go to the African spots, you already know. You already know what it gives. You already know what it gives. So I went to the spot, right? And I went to go get some food. I went to get some suya, and I was at the suya line, and this guy, he had pulled up and he had like a Lamborghini. He had a Lamborghini, girl. And he had a Lamborghini, and he was like, "Oh, give me your number. Give me your number." And I'm just like, I felt like so uncomfortable because I'm just like, sir, I'm just trying to get some seasoned meat. Like, leave me alone. But he was like, "Oh, give me your number." And he was like, "Do you know what I do, gal?" And I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" He was like, "I'm not even lying, y'all. I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying. I'm not even trying to be a stereotype or whatever. I'm not lying to you." He was like, "I'm a scammer." And I was like, "Per." I was like, "Oh, per, like you doing your thing." Mind you, I like peeped in the car, and I peeked in the car, and there was like a girl in the passenger seat. She's passed out. There's like two other girls in the back. They're on the phone with somebody. There was a big old bottle in the front, and he has like a gun in his waist. I'm just like, girl, what is going on? I'm like, what is going on? But that's literally the antithesis of like focusing on the 3D, focusing on the material world, right? When people are so dedicated to appearance and aesthetics and looking a certain way and projecting a sort of image when that's not really who they are, right? Thinking that, oh, if I have this fancy car, I'm going to get all these girls. If I scam all this money and I do all this, then life is going to be easy for me and I can just live a luxurious life and live a life of leisure. But ultimately, he's doing all that from a place of lack because you have to be the Lamborghini, you have to be the luxury inside. Like the external can reflect that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with luxury goods and living a good life, but when you just solely focus on that to give you that confidence, it's a false sense of confidence, right? Because once all of that things once all those things are stripped of you, then who are you? You know? And these are conversations that I be having with myself all the time. I'm a Capricorn. I got a Taurus rising. I got Taurus Saturn, like very, very heavily influenced in the material realm, mama. Like, like, girl, I'm grounded. But we have to focus on the inside. And as cheesy as it sounds, that's what really matters. And not to be like, okay, I'm not gonna play the capitalistic games and do all this. Girl, we under capitalism. We can't escape it. But we have to make sure that what's inside of us is the Lamborghini. That inside of us is luxury. Inside of us is regalness. It's royalty, right? And you stand on that. Even just like if you don't have the most fly clothes, even if you don't have this and that, does that make you less worthy than someone who does? Y'all just have different lives. Y'all just have completely different lives. And a lot of the time we're my jealousy and my envy came from was people that I perceived that had more than me, but I didn't take into account of their character. I'm like, oh, this person makes this much. Oh, this person gets this amount of gigs. Oh, this person has this person has that. Girl, so what? You don't know what they did to get that. I mean, look at the whole situation with Diddy, right? You don't know what these people do to get their riches, to give them this false sense of confidence, right? Can you imagine being in a room with Diddy right now that he is having his whole empire crumbling, the thing that he has set his power on, and the thing that he has given himself validation from? Can you imagine how the kind of sick, evil, miserable person he is without all those things? Because really, all his posse and all the people who were around him, they were only around him because they knew that being associated with him was a come up. They knew that they were going to get something out of it. They knew it was a transactional process. They didn't like him for him. They didn't think he was a good person. They even saw his cracks and they saw when he was, morally shaky, and they still stayed around because they knew that, okay, well, I'm going to go get a check. I don't care. I don't care that he's a bad person. I don't care that he's punching people in the stomach at dinner. I don't care that he's doing all these shady things. Hint, hint. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. He's not doing it to me. I'm gonna get paid. I have the proximity to him means money for me. I don't care. That the fall of Pluto and Capricorn, you know? It is what it is. It's the world that we live in. So are we gonna succumb to the world? Are we gonna become the world? Are we going to be in the world, but be yourself? But love yourself and your ability. Like even me, like doing YouTube, talking about spirituality, talking about self love, this is that. Is that something? Is that ideal? Is that something that's gonna that makes me the most money in the future? Yeah, but right now, she's cute. She's cute. She's cute. But I'm not really, I have to stop focusing on the outcome, you know? Just let the process show you itself and allow things to come. Allow the nature of the world, allow the nature of your desire to bring about situations that will come. Right? If I'm imagine me on here like, oh, yeah, I gotta come, and I'm like complaining about everything. You're gonna be like, girl, get out my face. But if I just show up and I just deliver and I execute and I grow and everything is natural, imagine what can come of that. What can come of that? Imagine. Imagine, you know? So act like you already got it, move like you already got it. Like if you are manifesting more confidence, just be confident. And I know that sucks to hear because it's like, girl, what do you mean? Be confident. Like confidence looks different than to everybody, on everybody. Like you don't have to follow all these archetypes of different women. Be yourself and be confident that you are enough. That's going to trickle out in so many areas of your life. Like I used to be super, super anxious when I would talk to people because I'm like in my head the whole time. I'm not allowing myself to like flow with the conversation. So I would just like word vomit. I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. Especially when I would like speak to people of positions of authority. Like when I would talk to my boss, I would just get like so tense, like, oh my God. Yeah. But then when I just like calm down, I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm gonna talk to them regular. And I talk to people regular. I'd be like, yeah, girl, like whatever. And if this person feels like I'm not competent or this person feels like, what's wrong with her? Oh my God, she's weird. I don't know what to do with that because I love myself and I'm confident. There's nothing you can do about that, but be yourself and be confident in yourself and be confident in your ability, be confident in your strength. Like, even for myself, like, whenever I watch the Olympics, you have to have a very strong mindset to be in the Olympics, not even just physical strength, but strong mentally, right? Because imagine you're running for however many miles they run. You have to constantly be okay, like running in this place. Like, whenever I'm at the gym, I tell myself, I'm strong. This is nothing. I can do this. And I'm running and I'm like counting down the minutes. Well, I don't count down the minutes because that makes it longer, but I'm I'm concentrated. I'm in the zone. I'm in flow. I'm running and I'm not worried about the time. I'm not worrying about how long I have. I'm not worrying about my foot that's hurting. I'm not worrying about all that. I'm worrying about me getting in my goal. I'm worrying about, okay, if I said I'm going to be on the treadmill for 20 minutes, I need to be on the treadmill for 20 minutes. You know, I can't take breaks. I'm not going to, pity myself. Oh my God, no, I just, no, no. Like, I'm strong. I got it. I'm dead. Hey, girl. We just chatting. We just chatting. Come on in. But like telling yourself that you're enough, telling yourself that you're worthy, that's what's going to get you through it. That's what's going to get you through whatever. Like even with like working out, I'm going to my Pilates class, y'all. Bye. I'm going to my Pilates class and y'all know Pilates is so, oh my gosh, that shit is literally that shit is so hard. Like I love it because I need like that intensity that I was telling my homegirl. Hey girl. But like I need that intensity. But when I'm in it, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. But when I tell myself I'm strong, I can do this. This is nothing. This is easy for me. Like whatever. I love this. Like even when I feel pain, I'm like, I love it. That's what makes me push through. That's what makes me go harder. Like when I'm like, I can't do it, then I can't do it. Then I stop. Literally. I was like, so we do full body at the one I'm doing. So it's just like the certain moves that they do on the board and you have to like cinch in your waist because I'm like, wait, girl, my spine is actually poking out. Like I can't but me saying I can't do it, it's like, no, you can do it. Like even when the instructor's like, you're strong enough, you're worthy enough, show up for yourself. I'm like, oh, damn, I gotta show up for myself. Like I need these results, babe. I need to get cinched in my waist. Um, but that's just something that I like that keeps me going. Yeah, you have to engage in your core and like um for me, it's the bottom half of my stomach that I need to like really tighten. Like the top, I'm cool with, but the very bottom half, the lower half, I'm like, ooh, ooh. But it's been good. I really do enjoy it. I like legs. I'm trying to get better at arms. It's just the core that they use to do like they do like the donkey kicks kind of thing, but then they want you to put like the cord on your foot and then go like that so that this engages itself. So you're like, but this is like, imagine this is your butt. So you're like, that shit. I'd be like, girl, get the gun, get the gun. Like, it is so crazy. Oh my gosh. But I want to go on live more because wait, what? I want to go on live more because I just need to show up and be consistent. Like, what's tea? Um, hold on. So sorry. Zara, you just missed a whole. I was really preaching to the choir. But what's tea? There's nothing really going on in the news. In the news, watch the playback. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I was just thinking about like what we were talking about. Um and oh, you know what I was telling myself. I don't know about y'all. I got 12th house placement. Sometimes I'll be talking to myself and I be having like the most craziest realizations. Like I be having the most oop, I be having the most like craziest conversations and I'm like, girl, I need to film this. Like whenever I just be like ranting and raving, I'd be like, girl, I need to film this so I can like remember it because I just be saying stuff. But my gosh, I don't want to lose it. Wait, let me see if I wrote it down. But I was thinking about manifestation as I be doing. And I was thinking about manifestation, and I was like, we have all these techniques that are like, oh, script and do this visualization. Those are all great things. Those are amazing things. But when you just accept that you have whatever you're desiring, that's all you have to do. And you just have to keep it up. You have to persist with it. Like, literally, I'm gonna use another example. So I lost my job. Oh, unemployed, unemployed baddie. But I lost my job, and I literally, like, the moment that I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get another one. It's fine." And I said that, and I just stuck with that. I didn't waver with that. The universe like sent me more job prospects where I was like, "Okay, yeah, like I'm gonna check it out." But the moment that I started wavering and my faith was being tested, and I was like, "Well, am I gonna get a new job at this moment? Am I gonna get it? I need a job. I need this. I need that." That's when I started receiving wavering. I started receiving like low ball offers. I started like getting less amount of offers, right? Because the universe is only going to send you your identity back to you. Your universe is only going to send you your version of yourself back to you. Like, even when you declare, like, I was watching my homegirls live, and she literally ate with this. She was like, "I declare myself as new." Right? That's it. There's nothing, that's it. I declare myself as new. And in accordance of that belief, she started moving different and started showing up different, showing up for herself different, started interacting with the world differently. But when you do that, it's like the universe is going to give you what you want, right? But you have to believe in what you want. You have to stay true to that. So, for instance, girl, I started wavering bad. I started wavering really, really bad. And I was in my self-loathing bag for real. I was just like, "Oh my God, nothing happens. Oh my God, these things are taking so long." I was just like, "Oh my God." Like, I'm spending my money, but I'm like, "Diva, I have no job." I do in the spiritual realm, like, yeah, 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 yeah. But I was like, "Oh my God," just like doubting myself, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy doubt. But then this girl had texted me, and she was a girl that I kind of like fell back on because I was feeling like I just kind of got weird vibes from her. And nothing she did to me personally, I just felt like kind of weird. She had texted me, and she was like, "Hey girl, hope you're good, da, 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 da," like checking on you. And I just felt like this intense like energy. And I'm like, I was like, "Huh, why would she text me?" Hmm. But and also another instance that I was thinking of, um I was just feeling really like annoyed. I was like, I don't want to continue these karmic cycles with, you know, redacted. And I'm like, I don't want to continue these karmic cycles. So then the universe was like, "You sure about that? You sure? Actually, let me go send you their email. Let me go send you their email list to be like, are you sure you're over it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, girl, I'm not. I'm over it." So like, you will get tested for sure. You will get things to be like, are you gonna take the bait? Are you gonna take the bait because you said you're new? You said that you're moving forward. You said you're not this version of who you are. Are you sure about that? Your reality will only reflect your current state of consciousness. Yep. Yep. And it's crazy because when you get tested, that shit feels crazy. It feels crazy. Like, literally, I remember this one time I was like, I'm confident in my abilities. And confidence, it's just a state of being. It's an inner state of being. It's a state of mind. And I had this person talk to me crazy. They were talking to me crazy. And I'm like, "Bitch, you're not about to talk to me crazy just because you think you can. You're not going to talk to me crazy." Like, and so standing up for yourself, standing up for what you believe in, that's a sign of confidence, right? Because if you weren't confident, you'd be like, "Oh my God, I can't. No, like, no, no, you got to shut people down, especially when you're a minority and you're confident. The girls will try to eat you up. Like, are you sure about like it?" It's just crazy. And, like, what does confidence look like? There is no way to, like, look confident, right? Confidence is all about being. It doesn't matter if you're, you have all the best makeup tricks in the world, you have the most expensive clothes. It doesn't matter. Confidence is just in you. It's in you. It's not on you. It's inside of you, and it has to be cultivated for a period of time, right? And you have to be okay with people that are trying to test you. You have to, because people will try to test you. Like, "Oh, you think that you're all that? You think okay." Like, oh my god, I remember this girl at my old job. She was a Wahite Uman, and she would literally just be so crazy to me, and I would literally just be there. Like, I would just be like, "Hi, how are you?" And she would just be like, she would be glitching, and I'm just like, "Girl, fix your face." Like, I would be having a conversation with somebody else, and she would poke in like, "Oh, well, what are we talking about?" I'm like, "Girl, get it together. Get it together." When you move with confidence, it's gonna shake up some people, especially your family. Your family are gonna be the main girls that try to test you. Like, I used to let it get to me, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, why do they say this?" But I just had to flip it around, like, yeah, girl, I look good, and like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not about to like let myself stoop to your level because you're bothered about my confidence. I don't know what to tell you. Even if you don't have like, especially when people place certain projections on you, like, "Oh, you should be doing this at this age. You should be doing XYZ. Why don't you have this yet?" It'd be like, "Girl, do you want me to have it more than I do? Like, what do you what do you want? Like, what are you saying to me right now?" Like, you just have to be comfortable with who you are and be comfortable with your process, because we're all working towards things. We all have goals, right? We're under a capitalistic society. Like, we have to do it. Even if we're not doing it, we're just having a moment of being still. We're having a moment of just receiving, and we're having a moment to just reflect. When you get so much outside influence and so much outside noise, it clogs what's going on internally. It clogs your inner world. Like, okay, that's literally where the doubt comes from. Like, we can doubt ourselves, but a lot of the time the doubt comes from other people placing it on us. And we have to be discerning about the people we allow. Like, we have to be discerning about the people we allow into our life, and we allow their influence. Like, parents, they're always going to have things to say, but it's just like, girl, this is my life. Like, when you in your head realize we only have one life, we only have one life to do everything that we have, to do everything that we tried. We only have one life. We only have one life. Like, think of that. We only have one life to travel. We only have one life to find ourselves. And, I just made a video talking about Gen X women and the Pluto and Libra generation, having a lot of conversations about their dissatisfaction with family life, with home life. And a lot of women have been duped into this realization that there's so much more to life than a partner. There's so much more life to having kids and being a mother. You could literally be an astronaut. You could literally be a YouTuber. You could literally be a ballerina. Like, the options are endless when you have yourself, when you know yourself, when you're confident in yourself. Yeah, they do. Clock it. Clock it. Like, sometimes I gotta keep the girls at arm's length, not because I don't trust them, love them, but I need to discover some things out on my own. This is true. This is really true. Like, even for myself, I can't rely on other people to give me the feedback that I want. I have to cultivate that with myself first. When you do get like that validation and when you do get that reassurance, it's like, okay, thank you. But honestly, it's such a fleeting feeling, because it's like, yes, girl, I already knew that. Thank you. Like, it feels really good. You're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, per, da, da, da." But like, you got to be confident in your ability. Even with me posting about astrology, posting about spirituality. That shit is kind of kooky. Like that shit is kind of weird. But then I had to kind of lean into it. And I was like, honestly, I'm just a kind of weird girl. Like, no shit, I can't run from it. Like it's in me. It's in me. I can't try to water myself down to fit into spaces that were never for me. Like I just can't do it. I can't do it even with like potential like dating prospects. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. No, bitch, this is me. No, no. This is me. Like, no shade. This is me. Like, I don't know. And I just love it so much. It's my passion. And I think when you're an artist and you're creative, when things aren't really popping off for you just yet, we can kind of doubt ourselves. We doubt our ability. We're like, what are we even doing this for? It was never about the accolades or the validation. It was always about us. It was always about us creating. It was always about us using our knowledge and putting it out there, whether it helps people or not, whether we get discouraged, whether we get pushback or not. It was never about, oh, well, this is going to get me a million views. This is going to get me 100 million followers. This is going to get me 100,000 followers. It's, it was never about that. It was never about that. Like that is a, a result of you taking that action, but that can never come if you don't take the action. And we don't do it solely for the outcome, right? Like we don't work on ourselves solely for a partner, or we don't work on ourselves solely to receive love. We don't work on ourselves solely to be accepted. We work on ourselves for us to be accepted by ourselves. We do the work that we do, we create the things that we create because we love it, not because, and it's because of this capitalistic society that has groomed us into believing, oh, well, we have to be outcome oriented, we have to be solution oriented, this has to work, we have to make money. Like it's just causing all this pressure on things that are precious. It's causing all this pressure on situations that need to be seamless, need to be light, and need to be calm, right? Loving something is calm. It's not, oh, this has to work. It's not like that. Loving something is, this is what I like. I'm enjoying this. It's calm. It has an ease to it, right? It's never like, oh, this has to work out. That's when you're in controlling the outcome. That's when you're controlling the situation. That's when things feel resistant because you're putting all this pressure on it. You're like, oh, this gotta do la, la, la. Notice how things come about with the least resistance, with the least effort possible. Like when I met my ex, it wasn't, oh, this is gonna work out. Oh my God. It just kind of happened. And those are the things where it's like, you don't recognize when things are just happening seamlessly until you're in it. You're like, oh, wow. Like, okay, I didn't really have to do too much. I didn't have to put on a monkey suit and perform to get love, to get validation. I just had to show up. I just had to be myself. And it just came, like even with this job, it's kind of like, it's kind of like when you don't pay attention to comes. That is true with every single instance. Like, yeah, apply for them jobs, but like I'm not thinking about the fact that I don't have a job. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about I have a job. I'm having a job. I'm getting the paperwork. I'm getting the offer letter. Like those are things I'm thinking about. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm doing other things. I'm making videos. I'm doing homework. I'm doing other things. I'm reading. I'm being an Aquarius, like doing other things, you know? 12:05, y'all. But I wanted to go on live later, either on TikTok or TikTok or YouTube. And if you guys want a reading from me, I think I'm gonna do some tarot. I think that'll be fun. And I just want to like kick back with y'all and just have fun. So let me know if y'all would like that. Yes. But that was it for right now, y'all. I just wanted to kick back and just like pop shit with y'all a little bit. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm about to go get my ass whooped by some Pilates instructors. But that was it for me, you guys. I'm gonna see y'all all later. Maybe I'll have my leave out. Maybe I'll have my hair done. Who knows? It's up to you. It's up to God. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.